Hello everybody, Kane here today with an episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, and today we are back on the world for episode 100. Whoa! World download / world tour, yay! Awesome noises. Anyway, I guess before I get into the episode, if you are interested in downloading and playing on the world, as it is this episode, a link will be in the description below to the world download, the mod downloads, and the texture pack if you guys would like to play with that. So yeah, if you want the world, check out the description below. Anyway, yeah, it's a world tour episode, and I've started over here this time, unlike last time where we started over by the house, and that's just kind of because I guess this is the back end of the park now. I don't really want to show off too much here. I guess we haven't been over here in a while, and there's probably new people who have joined who haven't seen this stuff yet, so we should probably show some of it off. This is our laboratory, which it never really got finished. It's kind of just been kind of half finished. The interior never got done really. And one of the only cool things in it, the lab Dodo, who was too powerful for his enclosure, has been moved to the Dodo exhibit. But yeah, we got like egg storage there, we got culture vats, we got the sturgeon, we got the DNA. And actually, if I kind of move over here, we have a completely empty viewing room that was originally meant to connect to a holding pen that never really got built because plans changed. Yeah, to be honest, again, I don't really want to show off too much of the lab or the storage room. One, because I don't think they're the most interesting, and two, because I have plans to change, renovate, and potentially move them in the near future. But yeah, this is the storage room. I'm gonna grab some food, I think, though. Grab a bit more bread, just because we kind of need it, and, well, food is food. Anyway, I'm gonna kind of start the world tour. It is kind of cool, though. This is, I think, the only part of the path you'll still see that is the old pathway before we kind of moved on to the new path, which is this, which is a bit less cool, I think, actually, but I kind of like it. It's a bit simpler to make, and it was a bit easier to kind of continue. Anyway, we're going to start with the Adaptosaurus, I think, just because that's one that's not really connected anywhere else. And because this is one of the ones that's going to change, hopefully, in the next 50 episodes or so. I do really love this exhibit, don't get me wrong. It's very cool, and the exhibit itself isn't gonna go away. It might get expanded, but it's not going away. But the inhabitants, however, will be, I think. Because, and I'll talk more about this when we get over to the bug house, I have some big plans that do include our lovely Adaptosaurus trio, and hopefully they'll be getting a brand new exhibit that's even better, even bigger, and should hopefully let us see them a bit easier, because they're very sneaky and like to hide. It's a good thing I brought a bed with me, because I think it's about to be nighttime. But yeah, anyway, that's the Adaptosaurs, and I guess from here we'll go to the house and the Ceratosaurus, because again, they're kind of a bit more out of the way. House, obviously, we haven't really been over here much lately, because I don't really use it anymore. I never really finished decorating it either. I mean, this whole area used to be our laboratory, basically, and that used to be our storage room. And since, you know, we've moved both those out into their own buildings, there hasn't really been much of a need for a house. Even the library here with the enchanting table hasn't been needed, because I do most of my enchanting over at the zombie farm, which, yeah, I should probably show that off or leave coordinates for it. We'll see. These are two parrots. I think we hatched it like super early on. They've kind of just stayed here. I might move, you know, before the world download goes live, I might actually move these two over to the birdhouse and let them kind of live in there, because I think they'll like that. Not the birdhouse, the botanical garden. Anyway, the final exhibit kind of up here before we loop back around is our Ceratosaurus exhibit, which was one of the first projects we did after the last world download. It's very cool. It still needs a bit of work, but I think it's definitely on its way to becoming a really, really nice exhibit, and should get a nice upgrade when we redo the whole Jurassic and Cretaceous area, which is one of the big plans for, yeah, the next 50 episodes or so. I guess I should talk about that a bit. The next big plan that we're gonna probably start working on right away, and I'm gonna show you guys what this is in a second. But yeah, the next big plan is to kind of separate the Cretaceous and Jurassic dinosaurs out, kind of like we've been talking about for a while now, and kind of work on theming them up a bit more, and hopefully finishing off at least the Jurassic section by the next world download. We'll see what happens. But here is the first little thing I've done. I haven't done too many things since last episode, but this is something I've wanted to do for a while, and I think it was just absolutely necessary, and I like it. and that is just putting in a world map. So the whole park is on a map now. Oh, I think the Diplodocus exhibit just barely goes over the map. The fence basically just kind of continues like one block up from there and just that way. But yeah, this is our whole park so far. And to be honest, I love it. I really do. I love how this looks. And I think this is actually a really good area. Well, this is a really good thing to have done, I think. And actually, I think I'm gonna start trying to add in more up here and over there, just so I can kind of actually, on the map, show you guys where things are gonna be going and kind of update you on what the plans are. I do think, though, one last comment on the map, I guess. It's kind of funny to me, like, how underdeveloped all this looks, even though this is the oldest section of the park, versus everything we've built in the last, like, 40 episodes. It's just, I love how connected it is. I love how much stuff is going on here. I just... it's awesome, and I love it, and it's so cool how just developed this whole region became over the last 40 episodes. I have to say, guys, we've done a fantastic job just getting stuff done. Anyway, of course, next on the tour is our lovely Tumbleweed and Helios, our two oldest dinosaurs, the original Stegosaurs we've had, who are incredibly old by this point. And yes, Tumbleweed is the park mascot because she is amazing and just awesome, and I kind of want to build a statue of her somewhere, because I think that'd be cool. But yeah, these are our Stegosaurus. These are definitely some of the dinosaurs that are gonna... I have interesting plans for them. Man, I want to talk about plans for the park, but I also just kind of want to do the world tour, because walking through the park already takes like 30 minutes. So yeah, I can't talk too much about plans. I think I'll do that next episode. Next episode will be the planning episode, kind of going over what's gonna happen. But yeah, anyway, from there, if we head this direction, we have our Brachiosaurus exhibit, which out of pretty much all the dinosaur exhibits, I mean, I know we did all the work on this pretty much before episode 50, but out of all the old exhibits, I think this is one of the ones that saw the most improvement and just got so much better with time. It looks way nicer than it used to, and it's actually a really pretty exhibit, even though, again, I am very much planning to tear down parts of it and rebuild it and make it even nicer as we work on the Jurassic and Cretaceous sections. So look forward to that, I guess. Over here we have a building that has had nothing in it for like 60 episodes or so. I have plans, I just need to kind of get around to doing them. We have the Ankylosaurs down here. Again, these guys will be moving at some point soon. And I guess I should just show off the Diplodocus, because that's basically the next exhibit. That, again, isn't connected to anything yet, because I haven't gotten around to connecting it yet. Because, yeah. Again, this area needs a lot of work, and this is probably one of the first areas we're going to come back to and just really finish off once we start the next 50 episode section, I guess. But here is our Diplodocus exhibit, the largest exhibit in the zoo. Absolutely massive build, lots of custom terrain. Actually, I think the whole thing's pretty much custom terrain, and it's not done yet. Even though our poor Diplodocuses are still bugged. Really waiting for that bug fix. We have lots of cool ideas, lots of fun projects over here that I am very much looking forward to coming back to and finishing off and just kind of making them look way, way, way nicer. I'm very much excited for that. But yeah, as for that, there's not really much else to show over here as of yet. Oh, well, we've fallen and we can't get back out that way. So we'll run this direction. I'm trying to think which way I should show things, because I haven't really run through the dinosaur park in a while, and I don't know, it's definitely not as laid out as the Ice Age Park is. The Ice Age Park's laid out a bit nicer, but obviously that's a bit newer. Over here we have the Triceratops, but I guess I should show the Pachycephalosaurs first? Yeah, probably. We have our Pachycephalosaurs right over here in their cute little exhibit. Again, these guys will probably be moving along with all the other Cretaceous dinosaurs to a new, larger, and more interesting build when we get around to that. I'm gonna save the compies because we'll go this direction first. But here's the Trikes, and I only see one, which I would 100% guarantee you means the others have glitched into the ground because they love doing that. I don't know why. I'm gonna make sure I capture them and put them back in the exhibit before you guys get the world download, but yeah. This is an exhibit that still needs a lot of work. We gotta get the Gallimimuses out of here pretty soon into their own exhibit. But yeah, this one's getting pretty close to being finished. The barn's almost done. Yeah, this is one where just like an extra episode will probably get it completely finished off. Anyway, I guess we can run over here real quick to the Dilophosaurs, just take a quick peek at them. Looking awesome as always, looking very dapper and sneaky and awesome. I love these guys. I'm very much looking forward to coming back to their exhibit, really just making it look amazing. I've got some great ideas just on what we can kind of do with this build, especially because we kind of look over there. Well, we'll run back over that way real quick, but that is our Therizinosaurus exhibit, and that's going to be moving out this direction with the rest of the Cretaceous animals, which means our Dilophosaurs should hopefully have a bit more space for their exhibit, and that should be pretty good, hopefully. Hopefully, at least. No guarantees, but it should be good, hopefully. Because, you know, we've gotten a lot better at building since episode 1. And, yeah, this park's just really starting to come together. It's been, man, I cannot say how excited I am to get back to the main park and just kind of make things look absolutely amazing. Anyway, coming in here, we have our Compsognathus exhibit, which is by far the best exhibit I have made. Hands down. I mean, we've made some really good exhibits, but I still think this is the greatest one we've made, just in terms of the atmosphere, the feel, the look. It's just fantastic, and if only the Compsognathus were diurnal instead of nocturnal, it would be even more amazing because we would see them moving around more often. But yeah, again, this exhibit's just one of my favorites. I absolutely adore it. But moving on, we've got the back end of the Stegosaurus exhibit. We have our Therizinosaurus, which lives in here, and I don't think I have feathers on for him, but I do have feathers on for the Dryos for some reason. I don't really remember why I did that. But where is the Therizin? Oh, there he is. Our only one out of like 3 I used to have. Hello. But yeah, he's gonna get a new exhibit, and I'm thinking his exhibit, oh, that's an Enderman. It's probably going to get split between both the Dilophosaurs and maybe the Dryosaurs. We're going to kind of see what happens, to be honest. And then obviously the Dryos, their cute little exhibit. Again, I'm thinking this one's they're gonna get moved, I think, because although I love this exhibit and it's very nostalgic for me, it is kind of small, and I would like a much larger Dryosaur herd and kind of do this whole exhibit on a much larger scale. And yeah, I think that could be very cool. So yeah. Anyway, we got the little koi pond we made ages ago, and I guess across the bridge now, across the river to the more recent stuff. We have our Sarcosuchus Lake, or river. These guys, again, just like pretty much every other dinosaur and creature pre-episode 50. These guys are going to get a brand new exhibit at some point. I can't guarantee when that's going to be. I'm feeling that's probably going to be closer to episode 200 than 150, but I've got big plans for these guys too. I think we're going to get something really awesome for them when they get moved. Anyway, the first, I think, major update that's happened since the last couple of episodes is I finished off the greenhouse. For the most part, at least. And I did actually get a couple more Confuciusornis because it turned out I had a ton of Confuciusornis DNA. And you can breed the Confuciusornis to get them to lay eggs, which is really nice. Hello. You're very small and adorable and flying. But yeah, I think I should bring the parrots in here. I think that'd be kind of nice. They probably enjoy this place. But yeah, this is the finished greenhouse. I spent a lot of time bringing vines, aka jungle leaves in, draping them around. The planters, I've made a mini version of each type of prehistoric tree in each corner. And we have a fair few of each prehistoric plant. So we got a really good, I guess, biodiverse selection of stuff here, and it's super cool. I'm really happy with this build. This is a place I would very much love to go in real life. And the Confuciusornis flying around is one of my favorite things. I really love that. It's just, I don't know, I love the fact you can just see these little birds going around the build. It's really cool. But I guess we should continue, shouldn't we? Shouldn't we? I guess, what's the next one? Bughouse? Yeah, Bughouse. Again, oh, this is one I really want to talk about though, because I'm not really sure when we're going to get to this, but I love this Megalania exhibit. The Bughouse has a lot of plans currently. I have so many ideas for this building. It's kind of ridiculous in all honesty, but there's our Arthropleura, the Crassigyrinus, Diplocalus, and the Tiktaalik. I forgot how many of these guys I put in here. But I kind of, and I'm going to take some time just to explain my idea for the Bughouse. I decided I don't want it to just be the bug house anymore. Well, the bug house is still going to exist, and technically it'll be an individual building, but I like this new idea I had, which was doing a compound, basically. So we're gonna have the bug house, more of an aquarium for the amphibians, something for the small lizards when they get added in, a restaurant, perhaps even a gift shop, and then the greenhouse, all kind of combined together into one kind of connected building structure type thing. So it's all kind of like one area, but I guess technically also not connected. I'm sure when I get around to adding this in, this one's a bit more dependent on when Fossils and Archaeology adds in the rest of the animals, because until then I don't really know what I'm going to be working with, so I can't really super plan it out. But this building is going to get a massive facelift. It's going to get to just an amazing level of interest and detail, and it'll really match up with that. And I think that's going to be awesome, and I'm very much looking forward to starting that. Anyway, if we run over here, you guys will really remember this exhibit because this was pre-episode 50. This was our first Ice Age exhibit, the Platybelodons. And they're not usually this close to the fence, so this is quite cool. Hello, you're very beautiful. I love them. But yeah, this was the first of our Ice Age exhibits we built and kind of set the theme for how they were going to be built. And yeah, we just did an excellent job there. You'll notice there's still, again, this big empty spot here. I didn't fill it in with any trees. And again, that's because new bug house ideas. I don't want to build a ton of stuff just to later tear it down. If you guys, get that. But anyway, Platybelodon, Gistornis. I'm not going to spend too much time on these guys just because you guys have seen them before, and you guys have already seen these on a previous world download, so you kind of have a good idea for them. But if we continue over here, we have my favorite little staff path area. This area, I don't know, I love how it looks. I need to do more of these. And we got our little forest over here. The first of the post-episode 50 Ice Age stuff is our quagga exhibit, which is absolutely brimming with quaggas. I think there's like 12 in here. We put a few too many, but I love the look of it. It's super cool, and I love seeing all the quaggas running around here. It's really fun. Yeah. And if we continue up here, yes, the first of the new things. So, and I really should have mentioned this at the beginning of the episode, this is part of the build contest that was suggested on the Discord. And speaking of which, to enter this contest, you'll have to join the channel Discord. Link to that's in the description below. But the Dodo Cafe build contest type thing. So people brought this up on the Discord, and I really loved the idea. Basically, when the world download goes live, I think I'm gonna wait a week. So people have a week to enter their build. But yeah, feel free to come into the world download and build a cafe in this little fenced off area and come up with a design for what you think should go here. Then post a couple screenshots in the world, in the Discord. I'll probably make a specific chat for it, and then, yeah, that'll be that. And whoever's build I like the most will get put into the park, as well as their, username, so that way, I'm giving proper credit and all that. Anyway, moving on, what have we got? I guess we should go this way. We have a couple of builds over here. We have our little Dodo Island. Again, one of my favorite exhibits just because it's absolutely adorable, and I love this thing because the dodos are amazing, and the island is amazing, and it's just this cute little thing, and it's awesome. And anyone who disagrees with me is wrong on that fact. But I can't spend too much time just doting over these guys because I will literally spend an hour just looking at this. We should quickly head over to and see the visitor center for the Ice Age area, which I think still needs a bit of a facelift. I'm not going to work on it super soon, but I do think I definitely need to come back here and kind of work on the interior more. But this also serves as our current only way to view the terror birds over in this area, because I think we have the three of the four over here. This side being the Titanus, which looks really cool, but probably the simplest of all three of the exhibits. Over here we have the Kalenkin, which has the largest of the three exhibits, but it doesn't look very big just because of your viewpoint down here. These guys are awesome though. They're huge. Mahusive. We also have our info desk back here with the map of the Ice Age part, which looks really cool. I like the end rod lamps. I think they're very good. Also over here we have the Forest Raucus, which is probably for some reason to me the largest looking exhibit, even though it isn't the largest exhibit. but I really like this one too. I think the ground level, or the change in the terrain level, is really cool with this one. And if we quickly head upstairs, we've got an upper viewing area for the terrorbirds. So you get a much nicer view, and you get a nice view into the build we did last episode, which was our archaeology dig site. We also got a few things up here. This is gonna look a lot better in the future. I just need to get a texture pack finished and update Zawa. I haven't updated it yet just because it was having problems with the newest update of Zawa that I couldn't fix for some reason and haven't really bothered to fix since I started playing with it. Anyway, man, again, this park is getting just absolutely massive. What was that noise? Oh, it's like a baby zombie, I think. Over here we have the Smilodon exhibit, which looks fantastic. I really like this one just because it's a bit different with how we set it up. Sorry to take a drink of water there, because man, my throat's kind of going. But I love this just because the changes in fence height really change just how you view the exhibit. And then we got this viewing platform here, which isn't quite done. Is that a villager sound? Maybe it's a zombie villager down there. I don't know how they would have gotten there. Hello. I did actually find the third Smilodon. I don't know where it is right now. Oh, I fell. But there is a third Smilodon back in here, so that's awesome. Yeah, it was like hidden under the ground somewhere. I heard it and started digging for it and eventually found it. But anyway, quickly, if we run over here, nothing's changed over in this area, but we do have the archaeology area we finished last episode, and I still really love it. I think it's super cool. It just adds so much character to the park, and I don't know, it's super awesome. I really love it. Oh, our paleontologist villager is missing. Maybe that's what I heard under there. Who knows? Maybe a zombie got in here. I really hope so. I hope not. Maybe the paleontologist villager's still in here. He's just like gone somewhere. Or not, who knows. But yeah, this area is super cool. I'm not gonna really bother showing too much of this off. Oh, there he is. Because again, you guys saw me build this last episode, and if you haven't seen it, you can go check that episode out real quick. It wasn't too long, so you can probably watch that after you finish this episode. I'm also gonna make sure the playlist is completely updated after this video has gone up, just so that way you guys can, you know, it actually goes up to episode 100, because I think there's a couple episodes still missing, because I keep forgetting to auto-update it. But yeah, I'll get around to doing that. Man, this park is taking forever to tour. Man, these episodes, pretty soon, these episodes, these World Tour episodes are just gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be like a 2-hour video by episode 200. Over here we have our Lasmatheriums in their massive exhibit that they don't really use. They just stay in that back corner there because they're weirdos. But anyway, over here is one of the updates I have done. I kind of just made a rock wall for the entirety of this area and connected this rock wall up with this rock wall, and it looks a lot better. And now they've got tons of grass and stuff, and I don't know, it all just flows together much nicer than it used to, and I like it. I really do. And it ties into the Megalania exhibit, which is super cool as well. Our little Mesa-themed Outback style exhibit is pretty cool, I think. And you guys really seem to love these episodes. It was funny, I was actually looking back at some of the more recent videos, and most of them didn't, you know, they did like average, but these Megalania ones seem to do really well for some reason, and I'm not sure why. Maybe you guys just really like this desert style of building, who knows. Anyway, the last of the builds before we go back around to go look at the Mammoth and Megaloceros is our little eating area, plaza type thing. I didn't end up adding in the rest of the stuff I wanted to here just because I simply ran out of time. As I did with actually a lot of stuff around here, I just was super busy and didn't have time to finish it all off, but it still looks super cool and I love this area. It's really fun and I'm very much looking forward to adding on to this later. I think we can do a lot of cool stuff over here. Anyway, I guess we just gotta run over and I guess we could take a bit of a shortcut, couldn't we? Through the forest here. Let me actually see, I think I can. Because, yeah, I think there's like, it basically just continues on back here behind the Platybelodon exhibit. We can just run in here. Oh man, I did not realize the Megalania made that terrifying of a noise. Wow, that was spooky. I guess I'm not really close enough to hear them because I always stick at the back of the exhibit and kind of hang out there. I should really add more in at some point, because I think 3's too few, for at least how massive the exhibit is now. Anyway, the last of the few updates I've kind of done is over here, as you can kind of see, hopefully at least. I just finished off both these hills, got some trees in on this side, kind of bringing it in more to where how it's supposed to look, I guess. So that's the words I'm looking for. Speaking of which, I know I mentioned a long time ago that there was going to be eventually a nature path up here, and I think there still is. I just didn't really get around to it, didn't have enough time to get that implemented, but I would still love to do that, so we'll see about that happening at some point in the future. Anyway, the last couple exhibits here or the last 2 exhibits are our Megalosaurus, over here, of which 2 are missing. So I guess I gotta do a bit of animal hunting for this video to just kind of make sure we have everything in its exhibit, but this is a cute exhibit. I didn't do anything really with this one. I did move all the chests out of here and into here, where they're kind of stored in our storage room currently. So if you look in these chests, they're full of items. But yeah, then the final exhibit, our mammoths. Oh, that's actually super pretty there. Just the sunlight coming through the fence and the window. Again, nothing's really changed with the mammoth exhibit, but I'm very happy with it all. I think we did a wonderful job with it, and yeah, I think this whole Ice Age area has just come together really beautifully, and I'm immensely proud of it. Oh, I did forget to show there is one change I made to this exhibit. I completely forgot about that. Right, because it looked so natural, I didn't really think to remember it. But I finally got the rock wall going over the top of the tunnel. It doesn't connect all the way back up to the mountain, but even then you can't really tell unless you're looking at a map or you're like up on top of the hill, because it's tall enough that it kind of just blends in. I will eventually fill it in all the way, but I didn't need to for this episode. Anyway, that's all I have to show, guys. So thank you all for the support, for the suggestions, and just all the love for the series we've gotten over the last 50 episodes. I am beyond thankful for it. You guys are really helping me stay motivated to keep the series going, and I'm very excited to continue for hopefully another 100 episodes and get to that 200 mark. I think that's going to be really awesome. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. I hope you guys all enjoyed playing on the world. And until next time, guys, see ya.